Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Road to VGC Worlds 2017, or rather, I guess I will be like rebranding this series to more something like Strategy Showcase, I guess. Basically, I want to showcase different interesting QR rental teams in this series, so if you have any that has like a peculiar strategy or I don't know, you've achieved a very high rating or something and you want to share the QR code with me, then definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I will be very happy to showcase the strategy in this weekly series where I will play a couple of games on Battlespot with the team. So we are up against Mato from Italy with a rain-ish kind of team. Mimikyu could be Trick Room, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I think I'm gonna lead Lanturn Kartana to use the soak, strategy, and props to Hibiki VGC for this team. I definitely want Mach here, I think, and I might want Flygun, although I think Tapu Koko might be better, simply because of that Celesteela. Soak plus lightning type attacks off of Choice Specs Tapu Koko or grass type attacks from Kartana are pretty good. My opponent does have a potential Trick Room strategy with Mimikyu or Tailwind through Pelipper, and he actually leads those two. So that might make things a little bit tricky here. Now, I could double up on the Mimikyu, which I think is a little bit more scary than Pelipper. Pelipper is definitely going to want to set up the Tailwind though. And with the Tailwind up, my opponent probably brings in the lightning type Pokemon. So what I'm going to do, I am going to double up on Mimikyu. Hopefully we see no Protect, but the Volt Switch will break the disguise, and then hopefully a Smart Strike will be enough to kill the Mimikyu. No Protects, so we're definitely going to see a Tailwind here, which I'm obviously not a huge fan of, but I feel like we can maybe play around it, especially because I do have my I have no idea what I wanted to say. But anyways, hopefully Mimikyu goes down here, which he does. No crit, so we get a +1 Kartana. Now, yes, Pelipper does threaten us, but we do have... Wow, no, he simply went for the Hurricane. That's very unexpected. But he gets the Confusion, which really sucks. Confusion is really, really bad here for us. Celesteela, very annoying to deal with, but I feel like I should focus on Pelipper now though. I could Imprison, but okay, what does my opponent have in the back? He has either Zurich Tree, Marowak, or Araquanid, and based on the fact that he saw my Tapu Koko and he brought Celesteela, maybe the Pokemon he has in the back is actually Marowak. And I kinda do want to risk the Confusion, but I'm gonna switch out into Lanturn. I feel like that's a much safer switch in here. Mach should be able to survive anything these two guys do. Might see a Leech Seed, but we do see the Tailwind instead. Okay, so we saw it a turn later than I expected. The knockoff will remove the Focus Sash, and we do see a Flamethrower in the rain against my Kartana. So without the Confusion flip, I could have actually gotten rid of Pelipper. Now There's 3 turns to burn off of Tailwind, right? So we probably see a Leech Seed here onto the Muck. So I'm gonna protect Muck, and I'm gonna Volt Switch. Lanturn will be the last Pokemon to attack, so I should have a relatively free switch in. We might see Marowak here. No, it's a Araquanid. Okay, I don't mind that. I generally don't mind that at all. Muck protects, that means Pelipper didn't protect. He went for Scald onto my Muck. Perfect. And the Volt Switch will knock out Pelipper, preventing any further Tailwind shenanigans. So we haven't been able to showcase Soak, really, but Lanturn has definitely proved its worth. Now, we will definitely see, well, Celesteela, obviously, because it's the last Pokemon of my opponent. Now, how useful is Kartana here? He used Tailwind, and then he had this turn. So there's 2 more turns of Tailwind I need to burn, essentially. So, assuming my opponent tries to get a double KO, I'm gonna switch out Muck into Lanturn. Well, I wouldn't want Celesteela to get a KO though. But will Araquanid's C-move KO me? Will Araquanid's C-move KO me? Does he even have the C-move? I'm gonna use Knockoff on Celesteela instead, and I'm gonna switch my Kartana into Lanturn. It is what I did the previous time, but I really I don't want my opponent to get any beast boost of any sort. He does go for the Flamethrower once again, I don't mind that. A burn would obviously not be important at all, and we do see a Liquidation onto the Muck, so no C-move, which seeing that damage would have definitely KO'd my Muck, but I'm pretty happy with seeing that. I'm definitely pretty happy with seeing that. The Knockoff will remove, wow, the leftovers of Celesteela, and what I can do here now is protect. Well, I could Imprison actually. Maybe using Imprison is better. I'm gonna Imprison so that Celesteela can't protect the next turn, and I'm gonna Soak the Celesteela to turn it into a water type, and that way I will be able to, oh well, there we go. I was trying to set up for the late game. A water type Celesteela would have gone down to Kartana. The Araquanid was already water type, would have gone down to Thunderbolt from Tapu Koko. Both Pokemon would have gone down to Tapu Koko. So yeah, we definitely had that match very, very well under control. The Mimikyu plus Pelipper lead, I really don't understand. But yeah, outlasting Tailwind, because it's 4 turns, is obviously much easier than outlasting Trick Room, which is 5 turns. And I don't know, I feel like my opponent's strategy didn't make too much sense, because he went for the Tailwind, and I feel like either with Tailwind or Trick Room, you want to have some beefy attackers, but you want to have them offensive. And Araquanid is obviously very offensive, but Celesteela isn't, and Mimikyu wasn't either, so I feel like he should have made the choice between one or the other, not both, if Mimikyu even has the Trick Room. But if you don't, then why not protect that first turn on Tailwind? I don't know. I generally don't know what my opponent was thinking there, but we got the win, and we didn't get to showcase the Soak strategy. Hopefully the next match will allow us to do so. One thing I have found is that I am facing against tougher opponents. Yesterday, or rather not yesterday, in one of the Spanish videos, I'm not entirely sure which one, I did face off against an over 1800 rated Korean player, which completely decimated me. Now, I'm sure it's because he does consider the Soak strategy, but his team was just, it blew me out of the water. He had some very nice and very interesting out of the norm sets that really caught me off guard. And aside from that, the higher they're rated your opponent is, the less likely they are to fall for the for the soak strategy. Now we do see, I would bet this is Choice Scarf Garchomp. Based on my opponent's composition, I would say this is very likely Choice Scarf Garchomp, which leads me to want to bring Talonflame. And now Snorlax is an issue, don't get me wrong. But under Tailwind, yeah, Garchomp just does so well against my team. See, I want something. I have no idea what I want with Talonflame. I feel like Kartana, but I really regret doing that the last time around. So I'm gonna bring Talonflame on Lanturn to lead off with. Yeah, Talonflame on Lanturn with Tapu Koko definitely in the back, and it's either Kartana or Muk. But I think I'm gonna go Kartana. I'm not entirely convinced, but I'm gonna go Kartana. My opponent doesn't have any form of potential speed control besides Dragon Dance off of Gyarados and Icy Wind off of Ninetales. Pokemon Trainer Manu. Lanturn does really well against his team though. Like the only thing Lanturn doesn't do well is against Snorlax. And there's Tapu Koko and Arcanine. Okay. So Lanturn is sitting very pretty here. Lanturn is definitely sitting very pretty here. I will Tailwind here. I will definitely Tailwind. The issue is Garchomp. That's the biggest issue for me right now. Garchomp is the biggest issue. Because, well, yeah. I'm gonna see Tailwind, just so that I have a chance at extra crits, I guess. And I'm going to soak Tapu Koko. Yeah, I'm gonna soak Tapu Koko. Arcanine goes for the extreme speed. Okay. That doesn't nullify our priority here, which is great. I will be able to get quite a few turns of Tailwind. The extreme speed, I feel like, should signify no. Okay, he doubled up on the Talonflame. That's okay. Should signify no. Damn it, Power Focus. Should signify no protect, I think. Because you usually have like Flare Blitz, Extreme Speed, Snarl, and Will-O-Wisp or the Wild Charge. Okay, so I bring in Tapu Koko here. And now, do I discharge? Okay. Tapu Koko, he will be faster. He will definitely be faster. But him being water type, the discharge should be enough to KO it. And Arcanine, most likely the physical set. Who does he switch out here though? Does he switch out Tapu Koko or does he switch out Arcanine? I'm still gonna go for the discharge. And the thing is, the obvious move is to soak Arcanine, right? And switch his Tapu Koko out for Garchomp. That's what I'm expecting. Yep. Yep. So it made sense, I guess. But, like, yeah, this is still an issue though. Okay, Arcanine does go down, which is great. And he didn't go for the extreme speed. We still have 2 turns of Tailwind. And I would put money on that Garchomp being Choice Scarfed. I would definitely put money on that. So if we do assume that, does he predict me here? Or do I go for the safe play? If he switches out guard jump for... if he has protect, that will make me really happy. Ninetales protects, that's great. So I went for the safe move. Yes, yes. Okay, bye guard jump. Unless he's Focus Sash, which I did not consider. I don't think it makes sense for him to have Focus Sash guard jump with a Hail Ninetales, right? So yes, perfect. That should be game. That should definitely be game here. Lanturn can pretty much handle Tapu Koko on its own. We still have even one turn of Tailwind left. And I do have... What do I have in the back? I forgot Kartana. I have Kartana in the back, so Kartana should be able to finish off the Tapu Koko. I'm gonna discharge and I'm gonna soak the Ninetales, simply because that will make it no longer an ice type, and therefore the Hail will KO Ninetales on its own. Tapu Koko doesn't protect, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, I should be able to finish this game off with just Lanturn and Kartana. And I don't even think I lose my Tapu Koko this turn. Ninetales does have the Focus Sash, they always have the Focus Sash. Even more reason why it didn't make sense for Guard Jump to have the Focus Sash. We do see a Dazzling Gleam, we do see a Blizzard, and even that's not enough to KO my Tapu Koko, which is perfect. At the range, his Tapu Koko is in, and considering the fact that I do have Assault Vest on Kartana, I should be okay here to finish off the match. I really should be with a Leaf Blade. I didn't pay attention if my opponent had the choice card, not the choice card, the Life Orb or not. I'm just gonna go for the discharge in case my opponent does decide to protect Tapu Koko. I'll give extra HP to my Lanturn for whatever reason, but he simply goes for the Dazzling Gleam. So sure, he picks up a double KO here. That is perfectly fine, and Lanturn barely survives to soak Tapu Koko, making his Thunderbolts less effective and making Leaf Blade super effective. So unless he gets like a crit paralyzed, maybe not the crit, but unless he gets paralysis off of his Thunderbolts, not even the terrain is up, so Thunderbolt is probably a 3-hit KO at this point. Probably a 3-hit KO at this point. And yeah, like there's just nothing wrong with clicking Leaf Blade here to finish off the match. Oh, so it's choice specs even, so even better. Yeah, that's like a 4-hit KO because of Hail maybe. Leaf Blade is enough to pick up the KO. So we pick up 2 wins in this VGC strategy video. I'm gonna play a third game because since we only get this once a week, I guess I can make the English videos like 3 games instead of the regular 2. And once again, huge props to Hibiki VGC for sharing this team with the community, I guess. I found this over at the Stunface subreddit, and yeah, we'll see how we fare in our last match. That win probably put us very near 1750. Wow, that only gave me 7 points, so never mind. We need another win to maybe get up to the 1750s. I could have pulled it off in the video in Spanish, but I lost against a really low rated player because Tri-Attack burnt my Kartana. If he had gotten paralysis, that would have been fine. If he had gotten frozen, well, I had a chance to unfreeze, but he actually got the paralysis, I mean the burn, so my attack was severely reduced and I couldn't deal with his Tapu Bulu. Okay, so we see the Tapu Fini Kartana Arcanine Core with Mandibuzz, Garchomp, and Tapu Koko. Now, Garchomp could definitely be Choice Scarfed here. I wonder if a Nice Beam from this Lanturn is enough to KO Garchomp. Because if it is, well, it's a roll, but it's a very good roll. So there's two things that can happen here. If that Garchomp is not Choice Scarfed, which as you can see is a recurrent issue for this team, I should be okay here with the Lanturn Tapu Koko lead. I feel like he might lead. Well, if he's gonna Tailwind, I should Tailwind. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a safer route, I guess. I'm gonna Tailwind myself, or try to at least. I guess Talonflame Flygon makes sense to me. But no. Last game was really good, so I'm gonna have the good trio here, I guess, with Kartana, Lanturn, and Tapu Koko for the soak strategy. And I just need to set up my Tailwind. And Lanturn threatens any possible Garchomp lead here. Because what could happen is he leads Mandibuzz Garchomp and uses Tailwind and something like Rock Slide, but the Nice Beam just KOs Garchomp immediately. But no, he actually has Tapu Fini. So, Mandibuzz immediately gets a special defense due to a Misty Seed, which I don't agree with because Mandibuzz is flying type, so he shouldn't get the benefits from the terrain. But what can you do, right? I'm gonna Tailwind. I'm not gonna waste my C move just in case Talonflame survives, and I'm going to Volt Switch here. I'm going to Volt Switch out into Kartana, I would say. Yeah, and I'm gonna Volt Switch against the Mandibuzz. There's my Tailwind. And there's my Volt Switch. Very decent damage, I would say. Very, very decent damage. And I'm gonna bring in Kartana here. We might see a Moonblast onto the Lanturn slot. We might see a Muddy Water, which could miss, but it could also reduce. Okay, but we do see the Moonblast. That's okay. And what's Mandibuzz gonna do here? He goes for a Tailwind as well, so that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I still have my C move. So how scared am I of Tapu Fini? I'm not really scared of Tapu Fini, honestly. So I'm gonna Supersonic Strike against the Mandibuzz. And I mean, the safe play is to Leaf Blade against Tapu Fini, but I genuinely don't know if... Yeah, I mean, what item does Mandibuzz have even? I'm gonna click Leaf Blade against the Mandibuzz. No, I'm gonna go for Smart Strike. Okay, just in time. Okay, Tapu Fini protects, that's perfect. I was really about to Leaf Blade that, but the combination of these attacks should possibly be enough to KO Mandibuzz. I have no idea what item Mandibuzz is going to have. Maybe leftovers, maybe some sort of berry. Oh no, I already saw the item. So if Supersonic doesn't KO here, which now I'm hoping it doesn't, the Smart Strike should KO Mandibuzz. Please don't KO. Yes. Okay, so I'll get a +1 Kartana here, which is great, absolutely great. And my Talonflame's HP is still intact in order to have the priority flying type attacks. So yeah, pretty nice setup we have going right now. Pretty nice setup. If Garchomp comes in, that probably means Rock Slide. That probably means Rock Slide. But since his Tapu Fini just protected and there's the guard jump, as long as I don't flinch, I mean, my opponent could still have Arcanine in the back. My opponent could definitely still have Arcanine in the back. And therefore, if this is Choice Scarf guard jump, I'm gonna switch out Talonflame into Lanturn because I feel like setting up another Tailwind probably wins me the game. Well, guard jump could simply choose to Fire Fang. That's true, if it is Choice Scarf. But keeping Flygon, or rather Talonflame safe here seems pretty key. Pretty key. He withdraws Tapu Fini into, I'm guessing, Arcanine. No, into Kartana. Okay. So what's guard jump? Not a Choice Scarf guard jump. That is absolutely great news. That is absolutely great news. It's Flamethrower guard jump. Is my Assault Vest enough? No, it's not. Okay. Okay. I do, however, like, I'm not too scared. If I bring in Talonflame, I can Ice Beam guard jump and Flare Blitz Kartana, right? But then Tapu Fini is still there, and any sort of prediction puts me in a bad situation. So I'm gonna choose to go with Tapu Koko. We haven't seen a C move yet either, but here's how I see it. If he goes, I could Dazzling Gleam too. But no, Discharge makes more sense to me. He could also protect the guard jump. Does he Earthquake? He could protect Earthquake. Ah, so many choices. What's the correct choice? I have no information on the items. Just that guard jump is not Choice Scarfed. I feel like he might... Is this better? Is it better for me to Ice Beam and Thunderbolt Kartana? No. I'm gonna Soak and I'm gonna go for the Discharge. That's what my instinct is telling me to do. Choice Scarf Kartana. Well, that I did not consider. That I definitely 100% did not consider. Choice Scarf Kartana. Well, that was not very good, I would say. That was definitely not very good. That is... Okay. Either way, I couldn't KO guard jump. Okay? That was the thing. Either way, I couldn't KO guard jump. Yeah, Choice Scarf Kartana made it impossible for me to win. Choice Scarf Kartana. Because why the heck not? Man. I did not consider Choice Scarf Kartana. looking at my opponent's team composition, I guess it makes sense. It has been gaining popularity, and yeah, it definitely caught me off guard. Like, in a best of 3 scenario, I could definitely play with that information. Like, knowing that information going into games 2 and 3 would be absolutely crucial. But this is Battle Spot. You only get one chance, and surprises definitely have a bigger success factor than in a best of 3 setting, and my opponent pulled it off. So props to him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your support. If you want, it would be amazing if you could leave a like on the video, subscribe if you want to keep up to date with the English VGC videos, or maybe there's some interest, something interesting here for you in the TCG department. And that will be all. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.